Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, I got a pretty interesting little project for you here today. It's a fairly simple one. You know, one thing about having your own shop here in town and everyone knows you, they know what you do over here. I always get different projects in here. Every day is something different, and that's the beauty about this. I'm never really building the same thing twice. It's always something different. It's always a challenge. Some of them are a little bit more difficult than others. This one's just a little bit different. It's a fairly simple job. I've drawn an illustration to kind of show you what it is. It's some light hanging brackets, but the picture will tell a story a little bit better. I'll show you that illustration. We'll get started on today's project. Okay, so I hope you guys can see this here. I don't know about the lighting here, but basically what we have is we've got a workshop, which is a pretty nice workshop, by the way. We're going to call it roughly 35 feet by 35 feet, and it's got a 12-foot roof line. Which is pretty cool. On all the gable end here is open as well, so there's a lot of space in here. What's a little bit different, like my shop, the garage door is here on this side. It opens up this way, and we're able to go in this way. On this shop, I've illustrated it in red right here. The garage door is on the side. It opens up this way. The cars drive in this way. Now, however, a little bit different, the garage door. It comes up like this, follows the roof rafter line on an angle where in a traditional garage roll-up door would come up and roll back on a 90 degrees. So because this goes back like this, the owner's got these lights that are hanging down from the rafters. They're fluorescent. It's got a series of them on both sides here. The problem is he can't get this light underneath here, and he wants them symmetrical because of the garage door being in the way. So he's asked me, along with a contractor, to make a metal bracket that would suspend from the roof rafter here, that would come down, angle across, and be able to mount the light to that, and everything would be in sequence all the way up and down. So basically, looking down at it, this is what it is. This right here being the square tube that's going down, and then this piece right here being this piece that comes across here. Then it goes to a piece like this with a piece like that. It's kind of like a fork, if you will. And then the light itself fits inside of this area, and that's how they're going to hang it going across. There's 4 of these things, and so they're made out of 1.5 inch square tube. I got a couple gussets. There's going to be a little bit of welding, cutting, and grinding, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is start slicing up some square tube, and I am using some 1.5 inch square tube, and this is 0.63 wall thickness, which is about a 1/16 of an inch. After I was done with that, took it over to the Burr King and kind of deburred everything. From the saw, often time leaves burrs, and it's nice to get them cleaned up before you start welding, doing some fabrication here. Makes for a nice smooth connection there. You can see I'm just starting the assembly right here, and using my corner vise. You know, this thing here is just another tool in the shop that makes everything super convenient. You know, just clamp the 2 pieces in there, perfectly square every time. It makes the job really too. You know, you don't have to rely on squares all the time. Every time you make a tack weld, it just holds everything into place perfectly square. So I went around, and this is just one of the 4 frames that I'm starting to assemble. And I tacked everything into place to be sure everything was going to work. And once I did that, I just started welding things out. Now, this is some thinner material, so sometimes you have a tendency to burn through, especially on butt joints like this. So I sometimes just do some stitch welding like that. But in the corners, it's all good. You can see here's a good illustration of stitch welding, and it worked out really good. I had a problem with my square right here, and I had one of my viewers had a suggestion. Say, hey, why don't you just cut the corner off and you can get around your welds? And so that's what I did, and that worked out really good. So moving forward, this is just a gusset that I cut out on the plasma table, and I'm just welding this in place. Again, just alternating the welds right here. 3 welds on that side and the opposite side, just kind of, spread them out evenly there. And then grinding off the visible welds that they're going to be visible, and using the Walter Surface Technology grinder right here. I got to say, that thing is Definitely quality compared to some of the other ones on the market. That is for sure. Operates very smooth and efficient. All right, so I was just painting it right here. Now this is just some metallic silver that I had sitting around. That's what they were looking for. And again, there's no primer. I'm just painting it rattle can style. This is inside. That shouldn't have any problem with rust. This is some pretty decent paint. So once I got them all painted up, you can see all the weird angles. Trying to get everything covered. That was kind of interesting there. This particular paint dries really fast too. I don't know what it is, but I mean, it literally within a minute it's dry. Pretty cool. And then I just tapped in these little rubber or plastic end caps on the ends. You know, I've been using these a lot lately, and they seem to work out really good, especially in a situation like this. So since I got those tapped in, it was kind of a finishing touch. And there they all are, all done and completed. Okay, there's the light brackets that are installed. There's 4 of them, and you can see what I'm talking about, the way I talked about the garage door actually going up on an angle like this, and the lights being able to come underneath and be in sequence with the rest of the lights here in the garage. Those are the brackets, and the lights are installed. You see that they worked out perfectly. They look great. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.